Hi folks, welcome to the video. This is Hardly Gaming. Today we're doing a little bit more Wolcen. I've had a bit of a love-hate with this over the last couple of days. It kind of died on me yesterday. But I managed to figure out, well, I managed to get it working. So it's now actually at what it's supposed to be. Basically, it wasn't going up to 1440p, it would only give me 1080p, and then the sound was buggy. But here we are actually at 1440p. I have limited FPS to help with the recording. So yeah, let's just jump into a Expidition, where I still haven't finished the full free tier, so I haven't moved on yet. So I've been kind of just farming maybe the first one or two, depending on how the maps are going, and just getting some better gear as I go. Now these guys are going to take quite a lot of shots to kill just because of the fact that they are level 103, which is quite a bit more than I am. The thing with doing these missions is killing the ads, to me, isn't much more difficult than doing like maybe 5 levels back. It's the bosses that get me at this point. The bosses can like one-shot me like endlessly, which is annoying when you've like more than once I've gotten down to the last boss, so like 3 tiers down, and died on him repeatedly because they've just one-shot me. I'm up to quite high damage now, so that makes it quite a bit easier to do this. When I first came to these levels, these ads were a nightmare. Like, I was having to put as much work into killing these as it took to kill like entire bosses. Quite smooth. Now I've kind of figured out those guys, they're not as difficult as they used to be. They used to be dreadful, like they would just one-shot you. They still definitely do one-shot me, if I let them. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ah! What? I did not mean to do that. Okay. Let's just get away before I finish. Ugh. I tried to jump over here, I would have been fine then, and I've now got the sound bug. Yeah. And I can't fix this without restarting the game. So what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to just chuck some music on for you. Yeah, I can't fix this. There's no way to like reset the audio other than restart the game, which I'm not gonna do. So hang on, I'll just chuck some music on for you because yeah, this is rubbish. What should we put on? I found a really good one actually the other day. This one here. No, not that one. Well, did I? There we go. And I'm just going to turn audio off this because it happens once a day. I've come to the point where I don't play this game with sound anymore. That should be fine, isn't it? Anything dropped over here? I know it sounds quite weird actually, just sitting here with no music, but I mean this game has been out for what, 2-3 years now, and the thing with this game is it wasn't like a crowdfunding game. It had a big release, had a lot of people buy it. I think on launch day it had something like 130,000 players. Saying that though, average player count now is within 300 to 500, so yeah, it has lost a lot of players. But you know, they obviously made the money. You know, 100,000 people each paying one button, each paying, you know, £30-40. Yeah, plus maybe another couple 100,000 since then have bought the game. They've made millions off it, and the game still has bugs and issues, which it really shouldn't. To the point where people are kind of like on the forums, I've having a wee look the other day. People are kind of under the impression now that the developers have just abandoned it, which is a real shame, because I think this game had a lot of potential. Because the gameplay itself is usually very smooth, other than this sound bug that keeps cropping up, and it looks good. You know, I like the kind of. I do think that the end game progression thing should be looked at a little bit. Like just spending all your money upgrading stuff that doesn't really give you anything in your city is a bit silly, but. Oh no, those blue things kill me if they hit me. The thing with using a mage is the more you use abilities, the more expensive they kind of become. So you can't just spam forever. You do need to stop and kind of let, because you see it in the magic bar there when I'm spamming, there's like a darker purple coming up. That basically means that those spells I'm casting in cost more. So you have to be kind of careful with it. You know, the more you fight, the more it can actually cost you to fight. I wish the gold drops were, you know, they leveled, because I mean, when I'm leveling up stuff, right? It costs about 1,000 gold just to re-roll the sockets on an item, and you need to roll anywhere between 10 and 50 times per item to get the sockets you want, and they're dropping 20 gold, 30 gold, you know. But apparently that's also another issue. Loot scaling, like when you open up crates at this level, like 100 odd, and you get nothing but blues, you're just like, what? I don't think I'm ever going to find anything better at this point than what I currently have on me. The thing with doing these high levels though is you do have, I mean, I've got plus 63 magic find there, and then I have another 98.5 from, well, I get 98 points from my belt. I don't know where I get the 0.5 from. Maybe that's just base. So the game, you know, so you actually get stuff. And then you can further increase that by doing modifiers, but from what I gather, if you put modifiers on a mission, you only get the one tier, and it doesn't really count as completing it. Like if I wanted to move to the next higher difficulty, I would have to do this all 3 tiers down and complete all the bosses, which is what I struggle with. So I'm probably just going to do the one again. As I said, I've just been kind of doing this level 103, and each time I'd usually get at least one item that I can use, and it makes me a little bit better. And that's what I gather is going to be up for a while. But I mean, I don't mind it. The game looks better. As I said, I had to do a lot of messing about. And I don't know why, right? Just in case you guys play this. This here was set to off. And I turned it on to the maximum, and it made the game look so much crisper. Like, to show a comparison, if I turned that off, the game looks a little harsh. You know, you can see the kind of lines. If I put that on, it just looks more rounded, looks more realistic. So I don't know why it was set to off. But it's on now. And even though this playlist, it does say Twitch, YouTube, stream, royalty-free stream playlist, I bet you this video gets copyrighted. Like, it doesn't matter in the slightest. The only thing with if you get a video that's copyrighted, basically you can't get money from it unless you change the audio. And I don't make money from YouTube, so what's the point? I may as well put on anything I want. And you can see up in the top left, you can see the FPS. It goes down. This game is taxing on your system. I mean, it's not even, I think not even put it on max settings stuff. I think most of my stuff's on medium. Yeah, medium, just to kind of help keep the FPS high. And my system is good. Not top end. I'm not one of those people that, there's people I've already seen gone out and built like SLI 30 builds, 3090 builds and all that, and I'm like, what? How? Do people not like money? Then again, I'd probably have a bit more money if I, you know, had a job. Just to say, the reason I don't have a job isn't my fault. I had a job. I had a job for 5 years in hospitality. And then at the end of the first furlough payment, I lost that. Because the company I worked for wasn't a big company. They were a family-run like hotel, and they just couldn't. They wouldn't be able to afford to pay us furlough without government assistance. So when the government stopped helping, they couldn't keep us going. Saying that though, they did offer me my job back. I told a couple of you guys this before, if you heard it, and I didn't want to lose my job entirely, so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll come back. And they asked me to do a couple of shifts, and then once I'd finished that shift, they said, right, okay, it's actually going to look like we could probably use you in quite a lot, to be honest. So what we'll do is actually we'll just put you back on a contract. And I was like, great. Problem was, that first week they asked me to go in on a Wednesday and on a Saturday. On the Wednesday, we did over 500 covers. Now, for those of you that have never worked in hospitality, a cover is what we call like a main course, or like if 2 people come in and eat. So that didn't include all the people who just come in for drinks, or like who were maybe taking food away. So you're probably looking at 700 people on a Wednesday in a small hotel. Like, and I was like, nah. Like, they were doing all they could. Like, there was nothing wrong with the company. They were doing as much as they could to help with, like, social distancing and all that. But the thing is, like, I'd be serving, and people would be coming up to the bar without masks on. They'd be, they were walking around in the hotel without a mask on. They were going to the toilets, even though they weren't supposed to. And, like, I just said no. I got home and I was like, I'm sorry guys, like, I really appreciate offering me this back, but I just can't. Oh no, it's magic resist, isn't it? This is gonna be tough, like really tough. God, I'm so sorry when I run. Wait until the fall comes. I got tracks on deck, so I put these girls back on red. Yeah. Bombshell at my crib, right when it's all done. I wish that she left. Been thinking with my dick too much. These critics give me lip too much. Yeah. Give me a second whilst I just concentrate. I've got a magic with a shield, and I'm a magic user. Only I can get you done, and I need to get my life back to the sun. God, I'm so sorry when I run. I'ma bite my tongue. Looks like only I can get you done, and I need to get my life back to the sun. God, I'm so sorry when I run. I can't help, I'm this way. God with me, help me cope with the pain. Yeah. Been a few months since I prayed. Church down the road, but I'm fucking sleeping again. Oh, and relax. But yeah, so anyway, I know my conversation to myself. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here talking to myself. What was I talking about? Yes, so I still live at home, right? I had a rough time in my 20s. I wasn't able to put any money aside or get my own place, so I live at home. Works out quite well though. But basically, my parents are both in the vulnerable category. My mum is healthy, but she's quite old. My dad has had issues, and as such, I had to be very careful about contact, because if I got it, it takes several weeks before symptoms show, and by that point they'd have probably got it, and if they get it, there's a genuine chance that they won't make it. So I had to make the decision just to not risk it, not to go back to work. There's no point in me doing a job in which I have a higher chance of contracting the virus, when my parents have a higher chance of suffering from it. So I made that choice. Oh, do I want to move on? Yeah, I'll probably die. I usually have. Got my coffee. I actually went to town for that. Stood in line for like half an hour. And what I was thinking, like when I was in there, I was getting served by people who were doing the same job that I was doing. And I felt sorry for them because they were having to wear their masks and they were busy, and kind of felt sorry for them a bit, but their choice, But again, I was quite lucky. I had saved up. That's the thing. I got my act together over the last couple of years. Got a job full time, and I put some money aside, which I was actually saving up to buy a new car this year. But obviously, I didn't need a car, and that's what I've been using to kind of live on. And then I don't know how many of you guys live in the UK. They recently announced an extension to the furlough scheme, but only if you lost your job within the last couple of weeks. So, it affects pretty much no one. because like nobody lost a job just in the last couple of weeks. If you're still working, it's because your company can actually work in this environment. So yeah, it was pretty bad. Like they did it purely just to kind of save face because people were kicking up because they weren't even looking after kids. You know, the Tory government give £16 billion to military contractors to increase defence funding, but won't give £16 million to feed hungry kids over Christmas. And I'm not. That's the truth, guys. They gave £16 billion to defence. Because the thing with the Tory party is they're still stuck in this mindset that Britain is a world power, and we are in some ways, but we're also not in many others that we used to be. We're not a military leader anymore. We're simply not. The thing with British military is it's stretched too thin. You know, everything's done on you know, as cheaply as possible. So I mean, if I ever come into power, what I'd do is I'd actually reduce the size of the British military, but keep the funding the same. That way, the people who are in it get everything they need to, you know, do what they do. Oh dear. Okay, I'm alive. But you know, if I ever come into power, hell will freeze over. Because all they would do is they'd find my old Facebook posts and be like, yeah, we don't want you. The number of times I've been I'm not banned on Facebook right now, but the number of times I've had blocks, like when I've not been able to comment or like for days. But the thing with Facebook is it's so hypocritical. Seven years ago, they refused to remove videos of decapitations of like ISIS terrorists and all that, decapitating people. They refused to remove videos saying that it was these people's right to express themselves. I'm not joking, guys. Go check it out. 2013. That is exactly what happened. And here they are telling me that I can't call someone a C-word because they claimed that the biggest problem in Britain today was people on universal credit because we were just a drag on the system. And I say we because I am on universal credit now because I lost my job due to the COVID. This guy was basically saying that we are the main problem in society when we take pretty much nothing. I mean, I've been paying tax since I was 15 years old when I got my first job. So if I lose my job due to a worldwide pandemic, it's not my fault. But yeah, apparently calling this guy a cunt was not very politically correct. Actually, they basically classed it as part as I think I'm in the boss area now, aren't I? They classed it as a bullying. Yeah. I was bullying someone for calling them a nasty name. See, I keep finding stuff that looks good, but the amount of resources that I have to roll to make it look, to make it properly good, is too much. So like for that chest piece, I don't know if you saw it, that chest piece there, I had 3 good attributes, had a good amount of force shields, but I'd have to roll on 3 defense slots. I'd probably then have to put on another ability, which would require one of the drops that you get, the green drops, what do you call them? One of the other ones of these ones. Basically, there's one of them that adds another magic item, magic effect. And by the time I've done all that, you know, it would cost too much money for the very small kind of increase you'd get in a ability strength. Facing all the way. I'm probably going to die at this boss, so I'm just going to get as much stuff as I can. This way that, at least when I do die, not such a kick in the teeth. I was doing this yesterday and I died at the last boss when I had him with less than, I think it was like 20% health left. And it wasn't even him that killed me, it was just a random ad that jumped in from nowhere and got me. And because I had no magic at that point. Yeah, that was annoying. I'm still enjoying Wolcen, I'm still enjoying doing this, but I don't know how much longer I'll make content for it. The videos have actually done quite well. I made the first video I did was like my impressions of coming back to Wolcen. That's done quite well for one of my videos. I mean, I see some YouTubers going on about how their videos only got 50,000 views and they're like, oh, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, mate, if I get over 50 views, I'm happy. What's my defense here? He doesn't even look at me, he just randomly swipes his arm and I'm dead. Right, I've got the super. The thing is, this guy likes to jump about, which is quite annoying. It's like, it's so bad, it actually makes me laugh. And he dropped one yellow. Oh my god, it's like, it's genuinely, it's bad. I still want to look out for better boots, but I quite like these ones. You know, they give me ferocity, resistance, damage, and movement speed. I did have a set that gave me 5% movement speed, and I really liked them, but they were better. They were better all around. Other than that, I think all my gear is about the same, to be honest. I can't remember when I showed you guys. I found this staff that I really like. That's a very powerful staff that got some nice shoulders here as well. And then what I've been doing is I have been upgrading these gems, so these are now, I think they're exquisite, these ones. Yeah, exquisite, so they give me quite, I mean it's still rubbish, but they give me some resistances. So 20%, 5%, 2%, okay, maybe not. And then I put willpower generation onto all my jewelry, which just helps kind of pull this back, you know, so I get back full health, back full mana without having to use my potions as much. I'm actually going to head back, because I probably almost certainly won't make it to the next one, and this way at least I finish it. See, if you die, even if you're 90% of the way through the third wave, if you die, you get nothing. And it annoys me, but I get loads of production, which it should have finished up a bunch of stuff there, so I get stuff from there. And then I think there was stuff here that I wanted to do. I've already done. Let's do that. Oh, these are missions. Look, received Primordial Affinity. I don't need Primordial Affinity. Temporary productivity boost, but it costs 2,400. So I can't imagine it'd give me that much of a boost. Don't need any of that. Don't have enough money for that. Get you started. These are always a good thing to keep going. Basically, it's just free stuff that occasionally gives you. But look at this, I mean, 100,000. There's like a million. Is that a million in it? 100, yeah, a million. Ugh. Oh, already done. Okay. Can't upgrade that anymore. Got no money for that. It's just that the thing is, they obviously intentionally made it so expensive just to be used as a sink. Let's have a look. 10,950. Yeah. And that's 45 with that. 40,000. I mean, it's not a huge issue right now, so yeah. That'll do. See, that'd be really nice if they had movement speed. I don't think I've got that. Maybe I'll use it. So no, that has never actually given me anything decent. That has. And I do need to kind of go through these because some of these are old now. These ones here. Yeah, these are all the high level ones I'm farming up now. I could just sell all this and get lots of money. Do I have enough money to do any of this stuff now? Nope. Benefit, yeah, buying prices of merchants will permanently decrease. Okay, let's do that because I got more money. It costs money. It's already done apparently. I wish it was more obvious that it was done. I'm like, oh, I get to do this. Done that. I don't need to do that. Because I don't keep anything. That's the thing. No, can't do. No point in doing that. Already done that. Already done that. I mean, other than this, there's much else for me to do. I need to have a bunch of money for that. Okay, I'll just keep my money then. I'll also have a wee check this guy as well to see if he's got anything nice. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he actually has something, or at least something that you can then roll. But not today. And he's the only one that actually has anything sometimes to sell. Anyway guys, I'm going to call it for today. But thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed these wee videos of like Wolcen. I said I'll probably stick with it for a few more weeks now. It depends. That guy just walked right through me. I thought he was going to nudge me away. What I will do, I'll just go put my build up here. So just for anyone that's interested, this is the build you're looking for here. You're going to go up to Soldier to get this critical damage. You're going to head over to Assassin to get the critical damage. You're going to head down, this is Cabalist, this one here. Make sure these can connect up to Cabalist. You're going to head down to EOS, so make sure this lines up so you can get to there. You're going to head out to here, to Ranger, to Arcane's Teachings. You're going to head up to Warlock. Make sure that, again, I mean, it should all be the same way, but you're going to be going up to Ancient. Some people go this way. I found this way to be a little bit more efficient because you get resistance here, but you also get plus 15% fire damage, which affects your consuming embers. Whereas if you go this way, you get a bit more shield regeneration, a bit more shield, but you have to put on lightning damage, which I don't use. Well, actually, no, I ally my the Abyss spell, the black spell, that's lightning, but I don't use that essentially I use that as crowd control. And then my personal one, this is one that I haven't seen anyone else do, is I go up here to Blessed Silver, and that is this button here. So that's, you can see how I'm at 11,007, and I cast once, and it goes up, but if I cast back, it will kind of go back down because my damage will increase depending on how many I have. And because I put the point here, I get another point back every time I do a critical hit, sorry. So it's pretty much always at max because I am running at 55% critical hit chance and 255% critical hit damage. So yeah, that is definitely a really nice tree. Plus you get projectile damage, and then another one I do as well, I've not seen anyone else do, is I go up here to residual energy. So you gain 30% damage from the last spell cast. The type of damage is the same as the spell cast. So if I'm just spamming my consuming embers, which I do as you see, it's essentially just free damage because I'm just doing 30% more damage every single time. And that's the same pretty much as down here for Immortal Offering, where basically you get a stack and buff up to 5 times of 5% extra damage. So basically 5 times 5, 25%. And these are actually really nice. So that's 12% spell damage, 12% spell damage. Bit of occult damage, that's not an issue, but elemental damage affects all your elements, so that's really nice. And then spellcaster speed is always nice. Anyway guys, that is that. For attributes, try and get Frosty as your primary. Then I put Toughness as my secondary. My health fluctuates depending on what gear I have, but this seems to be fine. I've got 30,000 health, 20,000 almost full shield. I do still die, but it's okay. It's fine. What I'd probably do, I might play about with it a bit more. I said it changes as I put different gear on. I generally say you're looking to get to about 40 to 50,000 health as a good kind of goal for end game content to keep yourself alive, to stop getting one hit. Ultimately, the only thing though that's caused me a lot of trouble these days are the bosses at level 100 plus, which I'm assuming not many of you are going to have to deal with. So it's up to you. But the thing is, this is personal preference, guys. Depending on what you like. If you want to spam your attacks really, really quickly, go for agility. If you want your guy to be, a plague bringer, go for wisdom to get a status chance on everyone. If you want to be a tank, I used to see back when the game first launched, it was ridiculous. And that the only stat you could really put anything into was toughness. I used to run with maxed toughness constantly. And even then I was getting killed constantly because the enemies, I believe they must have put in some balancing, because I don't seem to suffer from that as much anymore. So that's why I put a bit more into Frosty, because I like this straight up damage. So I go for base damage and critical hit damage, which is why I'm sitting at 11,000 there as my base. And that can go up to about 19,000 once I've got everything procced. My next goal is obviously 20,000. That's my next goal. So we'll see if we get there. Anyway guys, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed my videos. Please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.